Starting a family is not always easy, and some families take advantage of adoption, but more and more families are utilizing surrogacy. In fact, people are traveling to Arkansas from other states and countries to do it. Channel 7's Alexis Rogers is here with a series of reports on this. And Alexis, why do people call Arkansas a surrogate-friendly state?
Well, Aaron, it's because Arkansas law is very favorable in regards to surrogacy. In fact, we're one of the first states to do so, and we've been doing that for years, dating back to the 1980s. And there were many parts of this process, and we're starting our series with one family's journey through gestational surrogacy.
Kenitra and Derek Washington's love story starts like many. First came love.
We initially met in college back in about 1994.
I was riding on campus, and she was walking on campus with some friends, and we pulled over and had some conversations. And
then came marriage.
We met then, but then we were connected later on in our adult life.
But that's when their fairy tale took a bit of a twist.
We were not successful with getting pregnant at first, but then we were. And unfortunately, we experienced a big loss. Our first child, Parker, we lost her at 6 months.
Doctors told the Washingtons their only option would be surrogacy or adoption. Coming from close-knit families, the Washingtons knew they wanted children of their own.
A lot of people don't realize that, with surrogacy, you get your own kids. You have two different kinds of surrogacy.
After weighing the options, the couple agreed to try gestational surrogacy.
With gestational surrogacy, they're either using donor eggs and sperm, or they're using an embryo created, and the carrier is not biologically related to the parents.
Kenitra and Derek began thorough research, trying to make the best decision they could.
I think she still struggled a little bit with someone else carrying our kids.
Like many couples eager to have children, they stepped out on faith.
If there was someone, I guess, in the
I
same...
wish there was someone that
like
could
us,
have helped us. I wish it was someone that we could have reached out to that was experiencing this same thing or had experienced this same thing. It would have been a blessing to us.
Yes, it would have.
It's kind of like we did this, but we just started with internet search.
But their first experience was not successful.
The process was pretty lengthy for us. We did find a surrogate that didn't work out for medical reasons. We had gotten so far in the process and then it didn't work.
That's when the couple found managing attorney Heather May.
I probably have 10 to 15 surrogacies a year. It's growing every year. There seems to be more and more for a variety of reasons.
May's job was to make sure all legal ends were tied up. Things such as health expectations and the well-being of the carrier and the babies, as well as fiscal responsibilities, were handled. From there, their journey took off, and they found their carrier.
She was such a godsend. She was doing it for the right reasons. She wasn't doing it for money. She really enjoyed helping people.
Now the negotiation begins. How is she going to be reimbursed for medical expenses? Or is she going to be reimbursed for certain things like maternity clothes? Is there going to be a life insurance policy purchased on her behalf? How much will she be reimbursed for her pain and suffering for carrying the child?
We worked and put into it as well along the way. Like I said, it was almost a year process.
Right.
But anywhere from about $75,000 to $80,000 if you can get the right attorney, the right surrogate, and also if you don't use an agency.
Since the carrier and the intended parents stay in separate residences, the Washingtons' experience through their baby's pregnancy period were different than most.
I'm very protective, and not to be able to take care of my wife and my children at the same time was difficult.
The day came. Kenitra's egg sample was strong. Stronger than they initially realized.
We were told we were having triplets, and we were excited that we were having babies. We just really didn't know. And scared and shocked, and how are we going to afford to take care of 3 babies? And a couple weeks later, one vanished, which is typical. So that's how we ended up with Derek and Demi.
Their blessings had arrived.
On the drive coming home, just being so careful with 2 babies in the back, and then coming home and not knowing what to do with them. It's kind of like, man, what are we going to do now? Every time they moved, we was there.
The Washingtons surpassed all of the twists and turns of their love story. And as their twins get ready for their first birthday, a new chapter emerged.
It's definitely going to be more than just a party. It's going to be a celebration of life and unity for our family, and something we wanted for so long, and it's going to be a pretty big deal.
This one titled, The Love Story of Mommy, Daddy, Demi, and Derek.
So they will know that that's how they were conceived, and that Mommy and Daddy wanted them so badly that
Now, Kenitra and Derek are considering writing a book about their experience. They hope that their story will help others.
What a great story it was. And what's in store for tomorrow?
Now, tomorrow we are going to be talking about traditional surrogacy, and that's a bit different than what we were talking about today, why one surrogate and a set of intended parents ran into a roadblock with being serviced. That'll be tomorrow.
We're looking forward to that story, Alexis. Thanks.